So here we are, night before the 2016 tour Aotearoa in Kaitaia. 110 other mountain bikers staying in this motel, it seems. Feeling a little anxious, mostly about my kit. What did I forget? What did I bring? Have I got enough gear? When's the first food? The biggest challenge tomorrow is probably making the first ferry before it shuts down for the evening around 8. Otherwise we're looking at a 12-hour layover on day one, which would be a sucky way to start. I figure she's a couple of 100 k's a day. Seems fairly achievable at this stage. A few flat sections to make up some k's. And I think I'm excited. Hard to say right now. How are you feeling about this thing?
A bit apprehensive, but it's all good. Yeah.
Feeling super excited for a good adventure.
For a good adventure?
Yeah, whatever come our way. Yeah. You know, just eat, sleep, ride for 20 odd days.
It's going to be awesome. We're going to have some fun, have some adventure, eat a few pies. One of my personal goals will be to clock the McDonald's menu somewhere along the route. So watch out, McDonald's, I'm coming to get you.
So beautiful. To so beautiful. She's so beautiful.
Well, Misty and Jimmy found themselves out in the middle of the three-penny iPod. Well, Misty said to Jimmy, I never read this guy. And Jimmy said, well, we neither.
Wow, here we go. 127 k's in. Feeling smashed. Hideous section on 90 Mile Beach. Strong headwind. Probably the biggest echelon the world's ever seen along the beach. Pretty messy. Struggling to ride together, but you had to hang on or you were gone. You'd be by yourself for a couple of hours longer. I've resorted to hiking, legs are cramping, and we'll see how we get on tonight. I'm not going to make the boat, that's for sure. So, end of day one, 165 k's. Pretty hard, 80 odd k's there along the beach. Massive headwind. We must have averaged about 19k an hour. So that would sort of smash the hopes of getting the last boat this evening if there was any chance. So we camped up on the porch of a rugby club rooms somewhere, a few k's from the ferry. Get a good night's sleep tonight, and then first thing in the morning, meander down the road a couple of kilometres, get on the car ferry and head out of here. Feeling just destroyed, legs cramping and just walking lots of sections this evening, so hoping in the morning the body's going to come right and I'm going to feel like a box of fluffies from here out. I'll show you where we're staying and get some light going. The old rugby field out to the side.
I have Scott Evans, Scott, Andy and Baron going on the car ferry.
Now?
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Andy, Scott and Baron.
Yeah.
Well, Misty and Jimmy, they were beat but hanging on. That was all that they could ever do. When Jimmy turned to Misty, well, he felt that he could love her. It was something that he just knew. Well, the world never gives you something close to love for nothing, but Jimmy never asked it to. He and her would walk and let the night die at their backs. He said, Misty girl, I'm glad that I got you. Well, Misty said to Jimmy, a little soft and kind of funny, yeah, Jimmy boy, I'm glad I got you too. Well, Jimmy boy, I'm glad I got you too. Oh, the streets, babe, strangers of the sound, but somewhere along the trail, there's a fence in Vegas, who's there we are. Well, alone they come together, they come back. Say alone they come together, they come back.
How was your day?
Yeah, good. No, it was how was it? It was surprisingly tough actually, considering how short it was.
So how do you feel about missing the boat?
Really pissed off. Oh. less than happy. That'd be the better way to put it.
How was your day, Scott?
Not too bad, thanks Matt. Another tough day, very, very sweaty and hot. How was your day, Matt?
Very bloody hot.
Crampulicious? I suffered that yesterday. Today is your day.
It's a tough day, man.
Tough day.
So here we go. This is day 3. Last night I was smashed, as always, just destroyed by the heat. It was about 33 degrees, 33.7 I got on my computer during the day, and we did about 175 k's into it, and it was just exhausting. Just my muscles, every muscle in my legs were cramping, my arches of my feet were cramping, and just heat stroke on top of that, and I couldn't drink more water than I was, felt like throwing up most of the evening. But in the end, about 30 people showed up at the Backpackers last night. We sort of packed the place out overnight. There's been about a dozen more show up, which puts us at about 42 for this morning's boat crossing, and I think the boat's taken somewhere like 32. So there's going to be a dozen pretty sad people this morning that busted their gut yesterday, and they're going to be left standing on that beach soon. So, rider organised list, self-policed as to who came in when is going to control who gets on and who doesn't. But man, just after such a punishing day, you'd be pretty disappointed not to make that boat this morning.
This is like Lord of the Flies. I thought he was going to do 2 trips, but just over the south head, there were more than 30. That's what Jonathan said. So the first group has to ride further. We'll go in the second group.
Yeah. Oh, good list.
That's what I heard.
I like it,
Ain't no songs, just empty words.
Today is going to be a late start, so we're probably 3 hours on the boat crossings at 8. So we're not going to be off there till 11, and we're heading towards Auckland, the big smoke. So I don't know what our goal is. I guess to get through Auckland and find somewhere good to bivvy up for the evening. And I'm hoping I've recovered. I'm feeling a lot better this morning than I was last night. I couldn't have been much worse. I'm picking today's the day I'm going to have a happy post at the end of the day instead of a I'm smashed post.
Talking about our home, let me see. From a boy to a man, and my memories in between all of these. I would hope my sons to see.
So after a few awkward moments on the beach, a few unhappy people about the allotment system for the boat, we're finally managed to get everybody on. Skipper sort of arrived and announced he would do his best to get everyone in, but the last 3 bikes are a pinch. So we're playing Tetris of bikes, trying to get him in. It's kind of standing room only, but I think people have cheered up a wee bit that we're on here now. So it won't be a comfortable 3-hour trip.
There ain't no song, just empty words, some extra notes here. The end of it.
How's coffee, chaps?
Brilliant. Very good, man.
Very gentlemanly.
I was near enough watching you guys in the bath last night.
Talking about our home, land and sea.
It has been a bloody good day today, so probably temperature in the mid-20s most of the day. Sun wasn't quite so intense, wind wasn't too horrible, and we actually had a bloody nice ride, or ferry trip first across the harbour, and then a great ride through Auckland, took in some of the sights. And Nathan and I are still riding somewhere south of Thames along the rail trail, and it's just a perfect night, so I'm going to have one of these no-dose tablets and see if I can keep it going for another hour or two. And I guess we'll stop when one of us falls asleep or falls off their bike, something like that, but it's just too perfect conditions to stop right now. Yeah.
Nathan and I found a pretty good spot in the Ban Rotunda in the middle of the park here, and it's looking nice and dry. Clothes are hanging up. Looking forward to another great day tomorrow.
Talking about our
So another beautiful day. Just been riding down the Waikato River trails and stopped and had my first swim of the first 600 kilometres. So I've lost touch with the people that were around me. I don't know if they're in front or behind anymore, and scorching as it has been in a lot of days, and I've just come into this beautiful piece of native forest, and it's so cool in here and just so gorgeous, and nice place for a wee rest. But onwards and upwards, as always, I guess. Still a few k's left in the day yet, and quite a long way before the next refueling stop. So, gonna need some food at some point. So into day 4, first night camping. Rode pretty much the Waikato River trails today. They go up and down a lot for no apparent reason, but beautiful forest and lots of good swimming holes. So 2 swims today, which was pretty cool. Just ridden up out of Mangakino with Will and Nathan, and camped very, very close to the obelisk at the centre of New Zealand, but not close enough. We're just too tired. Probably about 10:30. I think we got up about 6:30. We're doing some Ks today. Must be getting close to a couple of hundred. There's been some pretty funny stuff today. Some interesting bridges, some interesting trails, some good stories. And the weather's sort of been in the above 25 all day, but much more manageable than some of those other days. So yeah, we're going to get up at dawn-ish when there's a bit of light and try and clean the mud off our tents, and we'll be on our way. So, morning of day 5. It's about almost getting close to 7:30, so we had a pretty leisurely sleep in a very wet, dewy night in the tents. And quite happy to stand up and climb up this hill this morning. Some sitting down is not quite so nice, but a beautiful patch of country. A lot of native stuff around here, and we're heading towards the centre of the North Island, and then beyond that should be the trailhead for the Timber Trail, which on any given day is supposed to be a brilliant mountain bike ride, I believe, but on our fully rigid laden Brevet bikes, not so sure. You can see I might have to let some air out. And from there, I think about 110 k's from here to the next food and rest stop. Hoping to find a few rivers that are drinkable through the Timber Trail, or we're going to have problems because I've got 2 bottles of water and 3/4 of a bottle of chocolate milk. So, and that's about 40 k's worth. So looking forward to the next river. Yeah, I'll let you know how the day goes. Here's one for you while I'm grinding up this wee hill. Body update. So, toes are holding together. Still got all my nails. But you don't want to bump your foot into anything or you go through the roof. Pretty sore. Legs are phenomenal. If you've ever had a good day at the gym and you come home and a muscle somewhere hurts every time you move, takes a few days to wear off, that's pretty much every muscle from my waist down. Pretty freaking sore in the morning, trying to roll around, get out of bed, get on the bike, sit back down on the bike. Cold hands this morning, got my pogies on, Wendy made me. And my other weird one is just got some rashes and some chafing that you wouldn't expect. But got some crazy skin rash, looks like something's trying to eat me from the shoulder down. And just sweat that state of your skin when you're wearing sweaty shit all the time. Right around my forehead's just a bloody mess. So the swims yesterday would have helped, and
hopefully we can look to get a shower and a cabin maybe in the next couple of nights. Get a bit gentlemanly on it. Other than that, pretty much holding up alright. The left knee's a little achy, but you don't expect to be comfortable on these things. Not at the pace for riding anyway, we're doing alright. So, let's see how far it'll get me. So what a buzz. I just finished 80 something Ks, or I think I'm finished. 80 Ks of single track and double track through the timber trail. It's pretty steeped in history. This place is tell some stories. And that was just brilliant. Just the gradient was amazing. It had been railway at some point, but lots of bends and no real straights. The bridges everywhere, which is just so cool. And the best, funniest bit just now was the spiral sign, a warning sign telling you there's a spiral coming. I don't know what that means. Do you go faster or slower for a spiral? And it cut around over a really cool bridge of a big gully that had been cut for the train below. And it scooped around, went through a tunnel that cut through the hill, down through this gully underneath the bridge, and then over another bridge which crossed over top of a waterfall, and then just continued on another 5k of downhill, it seems. Just such a cool piece of trail. This is a great place to come if you get a chance to ride the timber trail. This is a really cool one. You gotta carry some food because she's a long way when you're riding heavy, but what a great place, man. This has just been the highlight so far, the most fun bit of trail, easily. I'll be back to do it again one day soon. It was cool. So it's about 20 past 1 in the morning, which I guess makes it day 7, but end of day 6. Started no Whonga, stayed at Pawn Lisa's open house, which was just amazing of them. Had a really good shower, slept on the couch, rode with Baron and Trevor for most of the day, on and off. They're bloody strong and fast guys. But Wanganui River, the Bridge to Nowhere track.
Bridge to Nowhere.
This is from number 3, I think. Oh, you should do that. That's really good. The colour of the water now, I'm jumping. Yeah. Oh, it's working. Alright, smooth fast enough, we could pedal. Let's take a kayak. We rode the Bridge to Nowhere trail, which is amazing. Come out of some crazy single track and find a perfectly good car bridge in the middle of nowhere, which has never really had much use of any description for the cars. And then probably like a 40-minute jet boat ride down the river, rode out, and it was mega hot when we got off that boat. Had to be 35 plus, just cooking big climbs out of there. And then through to Wanganui, quick dinner up at that crazy elevator to nowhere, elevator to the top of a hill. And then we carried on riding, and the boys stopped not long after Wanganui, but I thought there'd be somewhere better if we're not going to stay somewhere. So made it through to Huntersville at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I got a great little posse on the veranda of a school. It's a Friday night, I hope, so they won't be here in the morning, I hope. And there's just so much to do when you do finally stop. I've got so many things I want to do. Need to do batteries to change, people to text, messages to the family, some Facebook posts, dry the clothes, repack things, make up water bottles, and you just don't do it. The bike needs work. There's just too much to do, you can't, and chances are in the morning I'll pack up, do the minimum and hit the bloody road. So I've called it. I've pitched my tent on a farmer's lovely looking paddock under a little tree to keep the dew off. Was trying to make it to Masterton by myself. Figured it was about 11 o'clock at night and I was feeling pretty destroyed. Now that I've pitched tent and got my phone out, turns out it's 1:45. That'll explain why I was so tired, and gummy lollies weren't going to get me much further, so luckily I didn't keep pushing. Cool day today, I guess. A little rain, a little wind, a lot of rolly hills, shingle roads, and then a bit of tarmac in there. I was out of chamois cream, which was a problem. I was looking at 150k without it, and Bryce's wife suddenly showed up on the side of the road, took me over to the side, shouting that she has my butt butter and a new tank bag. My bike bag has failed, so I got a shiny new Revelate bag and a big new tub of Sweet Cheeks. So thanks Bryce, thanks Bryce's wife.
I'd bend the world for you, but you'll never change my ways or my wandering mind. We'll make accommodations, so cry no more. When you're under the pump, it could all go wrong. You are the sun among my stars. Just stay clear of my power lines, 'cause I can never lose control.
Tonight we're staying in Momaringi Bay in Queen Charlotte Sound. Actually not, yeah, in the Sounds. And we got a little camp village going on. We've got Mike over here.
Digestive biscuits.
Oh, with dessert ready to go. We got Bryce's, Bryce got his tarp set up. Will's spending some time making sure his is perfect. It's looking pretty breezy for me. I like my tent. And over here, Mitch has got his toothbrush.
By the way, this is a Z-Paps toothbrush.
Ooh. Brought to you by the good people from Washington DC. And Z-Paps tent. We've got quite the village going on tonight. Biggest group I've kept with yet. There's 5 of us here tonight. We're all on the same ferry crossing over into Queen Charlotte Sound. And pretty easy day, really. We had a bit of time to get here. We couldn't have got here any earlier to get an earlier crossing, so it was kind of set before we left this morning. Coolest thing today was people seem to know what it is we're up to, and we're getting cheered on by mountain bikers along the river trail. This morning we had road cyclists, packs of road cyclists giving us a wee cheer as we went past and being super friendly. Even had a tour bus, like a cycle tour bus, stop, and half a dozen people jumped out and yelled our names. That obviously been watching the tracking as we went past, which was just so cool.
You've been pulling, you've been winching, you've been hoisting, but my legs are made of lead. And all I can hear from the very start.
You did take a bit after you see that. My computer on. I never use computers normally, but when you're doing these things, it's your only idea of the concept of how bloody far you've got to go or how fast you're going.
I didn't realise you didn't have one.
I had one but it died. I think the heat got to me and then my computer. So I'm stoked to get this up and running again. So that's going to work. It's a stressful, man. Stopping for so long! Everyone's passing us!
I'm not too worried about that. I'm glad to be doing this.
I'm glad to be passed. What are you saying?
We'll be flying past them like
listen to our bikes. Yeah. No squeaks, no grindy crap noises. Making yourself at home in MacPack, Will?
Let's go on a team site or a show. Yeah.
never said you were the one.
The New Zealand series.
Who broke her heart in two. A man of cloth and rusty black. You never said you would not be back, would not be back, would not be back. And all that we could do was wait as the motor cars passed us on their way. Can it all just be some big mistake? In the dark, we all get lost. They said it was the will of God, the will of God, the will of God. Oh, and all we could do was wait as the motor cars passed us on their way. Can it all just be some big mistake?
It smells very good. It does. Yeah, no, it's on the tail. Yeah.
Just meet in the parade with Jesus Christ and all his holy saints.
And day 10's been a hell of a lot of fun. We have made it to Reefton, and we've had a 30k descent on the seal today. That was pretty cool. Had a close encounter with a goat, angry wild goat. It was pretty funny, had some good laughs. A lot cooler today. South Island, we know we're here now. And tonight we're settling in to, what have we done today? 215 k's. Tonight we're settling into the commentator's box in the grandstand of the Reefton racecourse, which is brilliant. There's power, we've got lights, we can charge our phones, and we've almost got a room each. So good day 10. I think everyone's feeling pretty tired, but pretty successful, and keen to get on towards the coast tomorrow.
Don't tell it to the man. Where you gonna go with that paper in your hand? And where you gonna go? Living out out of boxes and eating out of cans. Haven't got the means to make another plan. So where you go?
Nice work! Look at that! Cheers, guys.
Good to go, man.
Love your work. How much of that do you got to do?
Oh, no, that's probably it.
The first people to get through this one. All the other poor bastards had to climb over it. And I'll tell you, a few of them have been struggling.
Hasn't been the same since the earth stood still. All this funky business, it's making you ill. It's making you ill. Tell it to the breeze, I don't think that's right. How you gonna protect your woman through the cold and lonely night? Where you gonna go? Well, they're gonna make you suffer just because they can. They'll take away the things that make you a man. They're gonna make you suffer, and as time goes by, well, they won't tell you when truth becomes a lie.
So, the weirdest thing you've seen in 3 weeks?
Weirdest thing.
It's either a story that can't be published or
Probably a penis. A weird looking penis.
Is there any context to that?
It was just really pointy and shaped up. That's all.
What was it doing there?
A bit rounded.
It must have been attached to somebody.
It was.
Pretty weird if it wasn't. That was a bit
I'll tell you the craziest thing we
So end of day 11 on tour Aotearoa. Rode with Will and Mike again for the day, which was good. We all kept a pretty solid pace today, and I think we've done about 240 kilometres or so, so upping our average a wee bit. We started in our commentator's box and reefed in this morning, which was just brilliant. Great night's sleep. It looks like we might have had a committee member or police or someone come to have a nose in the night. Someone must have seen the lights, but they flashed their torch around a bit and carried on their way. So whether they saw our bikes and decided we weren't a threat, I'm not sure. But we headed out of there and took a big river track heading towards Greymouth, and that was tough, man. That was just a grovel, a lot of pushing, pretty unpleasant. The downhills were really, really bumpy, and on a fully rigid loaded bike, I wasn't having a lot of fun. There was a few crosswords. And got out of there, and then the wilderness trail over to from Greymouth over to Aotearoa, which is just brilliant. Pretty hilarious hour or so at Cowboys. Caught up with Baron and Trevor and Bryce, and then Simon showed up, and one beer became three, and the local girls sat down to have a chat, and things just got funnier and funnier. But anyway, we managed to drag ourselves away and carry on. We've put in another 70 k's, had dinner, freeze-dried meals on the steps of Harcourt's in Hoki, and now we've ended up in the back door stoop of the old bank, now museum, in, where are we? In Ross. That's right, Ross. Once again, we got good toilets and we got a roof over our head. We're a pretty happy campus.
Morning of day 12, and my knees are so stiff, they're sore to be straight, and they're sore when I bend them. I don't want to get up. In theory, we're supposed to be here till 8, which I don't think we thought about last night, because we didn't stop till 2. I'm not sure we're going to make it that raw. Yeah, the wind blowing through here last night, but we slept pretty good. I just wish I wasn't so sore. How about you boys?
Yeah, I'm okay. Pretty tired, but we can leave town at 8. We can get up now. Probably get up and pack up and have food. It'll be 8 o'clock.
Sure, we can have coffee.
There's a guy over there. Well, it's someone's house. They're going to get up pretty soon, I reckon.
Yeah, know that.
Or we could ask them to make us tea and coffee.
That's a fucking brilliant idea. Do you think they'd do it?
People have thought.
Hey, mate. No, you're waiting down to bring us some beers.
What's the reason? I'll wake you up. You need some coffee? Just across the road there.
Just bring it over when you're ready.
We probably dodged a bullet last night. Apparently the boys are up till 2:30 at Cowboys, partying with the staff. So I think if we'd stayed on today, would have been a pretty grim story. As it was a pretty tough start. From the museum, a lot of road today. Breakfast at a dairy, and headed up to Franz. We struggled into Franz. I think all three of us were feeling pretty blown. And a couple of hours in Franz where we were eventually caught by Baron and Trevor again. And then we shot up to Fox, up to the glacier. It was a tough day. It wasn't massive K's, just seemed bloody hard. I think maybe we all had a bit of a hangover from yesterday's riding. But just seemed bloody tough. Will was on fire. He was shredding it up and leaving us behind at times there. So he'll be on the front tomorrow for the first half of the day.
and hoping to get to Wanaka tomorrow. So we can get to Wanaka tomorrow night. It'll be into day 13. Brilliant day actually. Massive Ks. I think today's probably the biggest Ks I've ever done. Do we should know the Ks, boys? About 280? 290! We should go right another 10. Just to clock it. 290 Ks. We started in Jacobs Creek. Early start. I think we managed to hit the road shortly after 6. And we just kept riding. Up through Haas Pass, and saw a lot of people, I guess, again today, but I think we've ridden on past them all now. They've all kept for the night a long way down the road, so we've probably got a few hours up on most of the people we've been seeing in recent days. I think we were just all feeling pretty good, and it was every leg was about 70 odd Ks from one spot to the next, and some climbing, but it was all fairly gradual, apart from maybe the Crown Range was probably the biggest pinch of the evening. So we just came through there, and around midnight, and now we're in a good position to make a run for the ferry in the morning, and get the 10 o'clock crossing of the Earnsflaw, across Lake Wakatipu, and down south we go. Still Will and myself and Mikey riding along together, which is working fairly well. At this stage it looks like we can finish on day 15, and if we finish by midday, that would be officially 2 weeks, 14 actual days.
Loud noises don't scare me out in the park. Quiet worries me, big dogs don't bark. This was the craziest place you chose to meet. You got me watching my step, I'm wearing bare feet. I'm wearing bare feet. Gorilla suit and carries a gram. Lady jogging on past, pushing a pram. This was the craziest place to end a dispute. You got me in a hot sweat in my money suit. In my money suit.
Last night out camping. We should wrap it up in the morning. Should be the end. We've got about 70 k's left to go. So we rolled out of Aotearoa first thing this morning. Must be on the road before 7. Pretty dark, and nice sunrise as we sort of hit the river trail down around towards Frankton. Got in with about an hour to spare, so some shopping, tickets, and breakfast at Voodoo, waiting for the Earnsflaw, and then quick trip over and hit the road. Wind really picked up on the other side, and what started off as a headwind became a sort of a howling tailwind after lunch. A little bit of rain,
probably about the most rain we've had on the whole thing so far, and it was bugger all to speak of it. That picked up Mitch today, so it's about 4 of us. Mitch made the install of about 2 minutes to spare, so lucky morning for him. Didn't have much time to get himself organised, but so there's 4 of us tonight camped up in Winton with about 70 kilometres to go. It's just too windy and too exhausting to try and push through tonight. I need to finish in the middle of the night and then go look for somewhere to sleep. So we decided we'd rather finish tomorrow morning, then we can go have a beer and enjoy the day. In theory, if we finish before midday tomorrow, in the last 70 k's, we will have completed in under 14 days total. So we started midday Sunday 2 weeks ago. And 2 weeks has gone fast. I mean, it's not been super easy, but it's just it doesn't feel like it's been 2 weeks of slogging it out. Time is just sort of flowing. You just get so focused on what you're trying to do each day. You don't think too much about what's coming and what's been. And I don't necessarily know if I'm happy or sad about that, but I'm sure it'll be interesting tomorrow when it's all done and dusted. I'll start thinking, well, what next? Or what the hell did we just do? So it's just hard to imagine 2 weeks has gone by. It's crazy. But I'm looking forward to being off the bike. I'm looking forward to not wearing bib shorts. My entire body's scratchy and itchy and just wants to have a good wash and soak in a bath and a bottle of wine on the couch. Maybe watch some bad TV. Just anything that's the opposite of what we've been doing here for the last 2 weeks. Just a bit of a change it up, a bit of contrast. And looking forward to getting home, seeing the family, seeing the kids, seeing Tone. So 70 k's to go, and then work out how the hell to get home. It's gonna be a bizarre day tomorrow.
Yeah, mate, there's the side. Line up, boys. Come on, nice formation. Ah, Mikey's in front. Mikey pumped us to the line. Yeah. I know. Hey! Done! Oh, look at that. It's just like the coast to coast. Sorry, Trev, we ran out. There was only one. Should have been. You boys will have to share it. We're not Rocky Junkins, but still. Well done, boys.
Take the song from the band, turn it to words. When you found a voice for you, like a song on the wind. My beautiful friend,
Easy, eh?
take a hold of the tree, all in its fallen leaves. Green, golden, fair, that is your hair.
Well done, mate.
Dip into it with a spoon, touch the earth again, and that is your skin. Come to me again, my beautiful friend,
So I'm sitting here on the plane out of Invercargill. Had some pretty funny conversations this morning about the whole trip in general and experiences and what we make of it and what it's taken to do it and how long we've been building up for it and what next. But I'm looking out the window of the plane here as we fly over Southland and just looking at thousands of roads and paddocks and mountains in the distance. And you sort of think to myself, God, that would take ages to ride across there. That's a huge ride. It's not. It's what we've just done. It's pretty amazing. I don't know if my own brain can really perceive, I guess, exactly how far we rode. I'd love to see it, as a fly on the wall. See it, get the third-party perspective of what we just did. Anything's achievable now. Our perspective on what's rideable
shape them with a fire, and that is your smile. Take the heat of the earth when the mountains burn, put it in a mold, and your heart you hold together till the